Hello there. Today's class centers on the four frames of Bolman and Deer's reframing organizations. I'm Dr. Nana and welcome back to my channel. Reframing organizations centers on the four frame model, which is significant in managing any organization as a leader. Arguably, being a leader is not enough, but being a successful leader is what counts. Therefore, the use of four frames signifies how leaders of an organization make decisions based on the adopted frame by the management. Bolman and Deal believe that the four frames of an organization centers on structural frame, the political frame, the human resource frame, and the symbolic frame. Now, as a leader, you may need to determine your leadership style and skills by taking the leadership self-assessment orientation test. Under these frames, we have the structural frame, the political frame, the human resource frame, and the symbolic what? Frame. Let's look at the structural frame leaders. The structural frame leader has good analytical skills and can design structures and arrange system to get the organization's job done correctly. The structural leadership style is definitely rooted in tradition, rationale to develop various and powerful ways to understand social changes and their consequences. Although, for instance, as a leader, you believe in the structures, the traditions, but things are changing, the environment are changing. So as a structural leader, you are constantly evaluating. They believe in the importance of a clear structure and a well-developed management system that will help them to make good decisions. Therefore, they will constantly evaluate the markets of what is happening, what is new in the market. How can they be effective in what they do? Then they reassess and make managerial what? Decisions that will keep the organization forward. Now, let's talk about the second one is the political frame leader. Are you a political frame leader? If you are, then listen to this. The political leaders emphasizes on building a powerful base. That's like politics. They politic a lot in the work environment. They believe in allies, networks, coalition. A good leader, as a political leader in an environment, in an organization, is an advocate. Is also a negotiator who understands politics. In life, everything is politics. You have to politic, even at home, you have to politics to get what you need. Your children can politic to get what they need from their parents. So it is in an organization. a political leader in an organization believes that and is comfortable with what? Conflict. As we all know, that politicians are often viewed as what? Unavoidable evil, as mentioned by Bolman and Deal. And I agree with that assertion. Although many people do not like politics, but it's almost like a way of life. So in an environment that you have more than 5 employees, you can imagine that there will be what? Politics will be going on there. And if the organization leader believe in political frame, then you can be sure that under that political frame model, the manager and the leaders live in a world of conflict and what? Scarce resources. Because you will have to play politics to be able to get what your department needs. That means the central task of that management or that manager is to mobilize the resources needed to advocate and fight for what their units need. So if your organizational leader believes in political frame model, this is what is going to be happening in that what? Organization. So now let's move to also the political frame model addresses the problem of people and groups with conflicting interests in their plan. So that is how that leader operates. They are comfortable with conflict. We just experienced one of them in the US, needless to even mention, right? So now let's go to the next one, which is what? The symbolic frame leader. This what? The symbolic frame leaders. Under this leadership, the leader believes that a good leader should be what? Visionary, should be a visionary leader. These leaders use the organization symbol to tell stories, to motivate what? Employees, to keep the employees connected to the organizational goals. If you think of any symbol means a lot to any organization. Any organizations that have symbol, which most organizations do, take for instance, let's talk about the country, the US, for instance. The United States symbol means a lot to keep people connected, to fight for that value of an American, of being an American. So that is how it happened in an organization. The symbol, that leader who uses the symbolic frame try to tell stories about that organization. They addresses individuals' needs for a purpose. They use that symbol to serve like employee significance with a distinct recognition of the organization and what? And its context. So they tell stories with that. They connect whatever you are doing with the traditions of that organizations, the exception and what it stands for, to motivate what? Their employees. That is the symbolic frame leader. The symbolic frame leader also relying on personal charisma to get employees excited about the organizational goals and what? The mission. The last one is the human resources frame. Under this human resources frame leader, These leaders adopt and believe in developing a good rapport between people and the organization. That means between the employee and the organization. This leader believes in empowerment, empowering the employees, investing in the employee. They view the leadership role as a facilitator, as someone who facilitates, who supports, and empowers others to achieve the organizational goals. So, as a leader in an organization, you will need your skill to align with either of this. Are you a political leader? Is your leadership style inclined with the structural frame? Are you the human resource type of leader? Are you the symbolic type of leader? So using the HR frame also allow the leaders to inspire hope, inspire imagination, and instill love and self-worth in others. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.